Hey there everyone, welcome back to Rebel Retirement. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to take a walk down my road, and this video was inspired this morning when Rebel Retiree and I were talking after breakfast. We usually have a talk after breakfast. Sometimes it lasts just for a little while, other times it goes on for hours. But at any rate, a hummingbird came by the back window, and David stopped what he was doing, what he was talking about. And he said, "Oh, look, there's a hummingbird." And I thought to myself as I was going over to the window to look at the hummingbird, how many things there are in nature that we can enjoy, whether we're retired or not. And these are free for the taking, and they bring us a lot of pleasure if only we are willing to look for them. So today I want to ask you, when was the last time that you were out in nature? When was the last time you did something besides just walking from your car through the parking lot to the grocery store? So when was the last time that you did something like that for free, that didn't cost you anything, but had so many benefits? So today I wanted to share with you 5 benefits of spending time in nature, especially as a retiree. So let's get started. Benefit number 1. Being in nature helps you to feel calm, and you don't need a prescription to feel calm. Nature does that without a screen or a pill. It helps to regulate you. And studies show that being in natural surroundings also controls your cortisol levels. We know that the cortisol is the stress hormone. So being outside helps us to breathe deeper, think clearer, and feel more grounded. So whether it's a walk in the woods or you're, having a moment under a tree, your nervous system will say, "Thank you." Benefit number 2. If you're ever feeling like you're stuck in a fog, I know sometimes I feel like I'm stuck in a fog when I'm trying to, work on a video or do some work. Just getting away from the desk and getting up and going outside is helpful. And just 20 minutes can increase your serotonin, and that's the feel-good chemical in the brain. And, I love hearing the birds when I'm outside and, feeling a light breeze. And suddenly I'm feeling motivated and energized again, and I can get back to my work. So nature has a way of waking us up and making us feel like we can get back to what we need to do. Benefit number 3. Nature has a way of keeping us physically active without us even thinking about it. So I do work out, I enjoy yoga, I do my strength training, and I do get my steps in every day. But that's something that I do plan. But when we get out in nature and we walk, or we're digging in our garden, or, leaning over to pick flowers or smell flowers or something like that, we are moving our bodies, and it's helping us to maintain flexibility. And it does help us to keep our energy flowing. And I guess the best part of that is it doesn't feel like we're actually working out. So if you're somebody that doesn't like to work out, getting out in nature can really help in that regard. Isn't it beautiful out here? Just gorgeous. Benefit number 4. This one sparks gratitude and presence. Okay, nature reminds us that we don't have to move fast. And when you retire, you really need to stay present, okay? Because presence is more important than productivity when it comes to retirement. So if you're sitting in the wind or listening to the rustle of leaves, watching the garden grow, it helps us to reconnect. And something that was lost in the daily grind. Okay, so a lot of times people lose themselves in the daily grind, in the 9 to 5. They forget about the little things that are important in life. This is a big cottonwood here. Benefit number 5. It strengthens connection with ourselves and with others. So whether we're walking with a friend or our partner, we can simply spend time in nature, and it opens our heart to seeing things differently. Even if we're by ourselves, even if it's a solitary spending in nature, it really does soften us, and it helps us to learn to appreciate things. And the quiet moments are really, really something that helps to remind us of those things. Now I'm going to continue on down here because I think it's a little bit over a week now where we saw a baby elk. It was a newborn calf. That's what a baby elk is called, as a calf. The mother is called a cow. And it was down here right past this little shrub or mini tree, whatever you might want to call that. And we came down here and we saw that it had a wound on its back. It looked like it probably had come through the barbed wire fence and gotten scratched. So we were a little concerned at first because we thought that maybe the mother had abandoned it. So it was laying low in the ditch here, and it stayed here until later on that night, around 9 or 9:15, I think it was. David set up a trail cam, and the baby got up, after it got dark, and cried for its mother. And we were so happy to see that it was on its feet, that it wasn't injured to the point of where it was, so hurt that it couldn't get up. So then we started seeing the mom the next day come looking around our front yard. She was walking all around our front yard and in the back, and just looking for that baby is what we thought she was doing. So we were wondering if they had ever connected. So we did see her in this field right over here as well. And so we're presuming that they did connect. Cow and calf, mother and baby. And it was such a joy to see that newborn elk. I can't tell you how exciting that was. So we do feel truly blessed to be able to see all of these things in nature. And it does give us a good feeling. It does excite us and help us to appreciate what's real. And so here's the thing. You don't really need to hike a mountain to benefit from the outdoors. If you just step outside, wherever you live, it doesn't matter if you're in the country, if you're in the city, in the suburbs, a high-rise building, it doesn't matter. Just step outside. Step outside and breathe. Notice something alive. Look up at the clouds. Watch a bird go by. Even if you're just looking at people, they're alive. Just watch the energy of people. Watch the energy of trees, of living trees. All of this will remind you of what's important and that you are alive as well. Because we're not trying to escape life. We're trying to learn how to live it. To live fully and freely and to tune in with what matters. So go on and get outside today. Let the sun kiss your face. Let your bare feet touch the ground. And let your spirits soar a little bit higher. I'm Marlene with Rebel Retirement. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.